you will be challenged in ways that you have never been challenged before psychologically. When it comes to the NASDAQ, when it comes to trading futures, whether you're trading oil or gold or NASDAQ, it doesn't matter. Challenges, the mental challenges that you'll face, the psychological challenges that you'll face is on another level. It's something that nobody really knows how to prepare for. People prepare for strategies, right? A+ setups. We know how to get ready for those. We know how to look at the fair value gap. We know with the break of structure. We understand the VWAP bounce and different market conditions, whether it's trending or if it's a chop fest. All that is on the analytical side of our brain. But we have another side of our brain that's full of emotions. Somebody say emotions. In trading, you need something called emotions management. You have to have emotions management. You have to know what are your emotional triggers. There's a whole list of emotional triggers that we all have. And if we don't know what those are, if we're not able to identify them, we start doing things that we shouldn't be doing. We're revenge trading. We're doing FOMO trades. We're breaking our rules. All these bad habits, 99% of the time, they were impulsive because of an emotional trigger that happened. And if you don't know the triggers, then you're not prepared. You don't have the awareness, so you're not prepared the next time they come up. Knowing your emotional triggers is the key to being successful in trading. And having the boundaries. So when you notice it, you say, okay, that's an emotional trigger for me. I know that I have a pattern that when I'm triggered in this type of way, I tend to revenge trade. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to switch to gold or something else rather than the NASDAQ. This will keep us out of falling into the emotional roller coaster, and it helps with sticking to the plan and accomplishing the goal that you set forth. Let me give you an example of just any emotional trigger. For example, unexpected flash, unexpected turn in the NASDAQ, and you don't have your stop loss set. How about that? The other day I was trading. I was in a good trade. I was up $1,000. And I was trading oil and the NASDAQ at the same time. So I'm up pretty good on the oil trade. I'm up about $1,000 on the oil trade. And on the NASDAQ, I'm starting to be up about $200. All of a sudden, right before I start to put my stop loss, Trump tweets about China and the NASDAQ flashes and it tanks about 200 points. And I lose about $400. And now I'm upset because I was up 1,000, now I'm down to 600. So it's like somebody just robbed me. I felt like somebody just came and just snatched money out of my hand and took off running. And my emotions got all stirred up. And so what did I do? I jumped back in and I got whiplash. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe the market's going to tank all day. So I jumped in and sold way at the support level, way at the bottom after a 200-point move. That's not my plan. That's not part of my strategy. I don't normally go short after a 200-point drop within 1 minute or 2 minutes. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Revenge trading, FOMO, fear of missing out, all because of an emotional trigger, which was the flash, getting whiplash from an unexpected event. and losing $400 and wanting to get it back. Emotional trigger. So when I saw myself breaking my rules, I said, I gotta turn this off. Lost another couple $100. I went over to gold, made a couple $100 back. I stayed away from the NASDAQ and at least got back to about $790 for the day. And I said, I'm done. Now, I still ended up the day green, but I wasn't happy because the key focus is not whether we make money, it's how disciplined we are. Did we stick to our plan? Because you can make sloppy money. You can make money by breaking rules. That's sloppy money. You only want to be happy when you've stuck to your plan. Emotional triggers, you need to know them. Whatever they are for you. I tell you an emotional trigger that most people wouldn't even think about. It's what I call getting rocked to sleep. I could be in a trade that I'm anticipating should be, 4 or 5 minutes. 28 minutes later, and the thing is still like just going sideways and it's rocking me to sleep. I'm not really up on the trade, I'm not really down. It's just kind of just going sideways. And that's an emotional trigger. It's an emotional trigger. For me, at least. I started getting impatient, and then I started wanting to do crazy, add a lot of contracts, do something stupid, because I got rocked to sleep because I had expectation set. So I had to manage my expectation, my emotions. So then you put up the proper boundaries and you move forward. Anyways, listen, JP Legacy here, just letting you know, make sure you know your emotional triggers. Whether it's getting, stopped out on a trade, whether it's, matter of fact, sometimes I'm missing out on a trade, looking at a trade, thinking, I should take that, and then it just goes up 100 points to an 8. You're like, man, I knew I should have took that. Why'd I miss out? Missing out on a trade that you should take and you didn't take it, that could be emotional trigger too. And then you might start FOMOing into the move after it just moved 100 points. And there's so many things that we do because of emotions. Once we manage the emotions, we know the triggers, and we're able to recognize them in the moment. We can intervene before we go off the deep end. We'll be successful. Remember, every rookie and every single novice can make money trading. But it's the professionals that are able to keep the money. Anybody can make money. But it's the successful ones that know how to keep it. God bless.